I'm down here by the Escalade exhaust. I don't know if that's clogged catalytic converter, but listen to that. That actually sounds pretty good. Okay, that's enough breathing exhaust for me for a bit. Hey guys, it's John with Cheap Old Cars and Audio. Today, we're doing a test of the Escalade and the Tahoe, fuel mileage mainly. And I don't know if this is going to be a fun video or not, but we're doing it. So right now I'm headed down to the gas station. I'm going to fill it up. I've got a route planned. I'm trying to make it as consistent as possible. So obviously they have different tires. Tires will impact the fuel mileage. I've waited till it's 9 o'clock in the morning, so traffic has died down. The traffic should be consistent as close as I can. Obviously I can't control traffic, but the traffic will be as good as I can do. So I'm here at the gas station, and the camera's facing me like this. It has been for this part. I'm gonna face it forward. I'm gonna do a little something different with it. You probably still see me some in the footage, but I'm gonna do time lapse for most of the drive. Hey guys, John from the editing desk. As I'm putting this footage together, and you can see my edit here, what I've decided to do is have the 2009 Tahoe on top and the 05 Escalade on bottom. When you do time lapse with the GoPro, it has different speeds it will do based on how fast you're going or what it's taking in. The footage did get a little out of sync, so I've cut little pieces here and there, mainly in parking lots and such, to where they're almost the exact same length. Yeah, you'll get to see all the driving bits, but I just wanted you guys to know that's what you're seeing here. 2009 Tahoe on top, 05 Escalade on bottom. It's the exact same route, like I said, so should be pretty cool. Got some good music for you too. Hey guys, breaking into this drive here. We'll get back to the drive in just a second. I want to know what you think, right? So I don't know if I really stated very clearly in this video. I am buying the Tahoe, okay? I am buying it for my in-laws, and I'm buying it either to keep it or to sell it essentially for them, and then anything beyond what I've got into it, we'll split that between me and them. Let me know what you think. What would you do? 117,000 mile Tahoe in a garage for the first 90,000 miles of its life. Excellent condition. That leather's in great shape. It has had quite a few issues that have all been fixed by a dealer, versus a 220,000 mile 05 Escalade, right? Which one should I keep? Put in the comments. I want you to engage. I want you to say stuff. I want you to like or dislike or comment good or bad things, whatever. So go ahead and pause the video right here. Put it in the comments what you think I should keep and what I should sell. We'll get back to the driving. No, I didn't crash. I'm sorry. um, that was a fun little sound effect, though, right? So let's go over some numbers. I'm really blown away here by the Escalade and how well it did. I know that my drive was more interstate focused. However, I thought I blended enough in-town driving to bring the Escalade's fuel mileage down quite a bit. I maybe should have done more in-town driving to get a better, clearer picture of how the fuel mileage will actually be when we drive these vehicles. So, and I say that because most of what my wife does is, let's say it's probably 75% in town and 25% on the highway, and then my drive I just did in that video was more like 75% highway and 25% in town. So maybe I did it backwards, but let's look at this. The Escalade, 78.7 miles for both vehicles. The Escalade used 5.385 gallons of gas and did 14.6 miles per gallon. I'm actually really shocked at how well it did. So I just took the thing to Branson, Missouri, which is quite a bit more hilly, but it got 11 miles per gallon. I was trying to kind of driving it hard. I was going pretty fast, but 11, right? And so really to see 14.6 miles per gallon on this trip is very surprising. The Tahoe, again, 78.7 miles. It did 4.693 gallons of gas for 16.8 miles per gallon. That is honestly kind of where I expected it. I really guessed that I was guessing the Escalade would be, because I knew the Rome was interstate heavy, so I figured it'd be 12.5 to 13, and it ended up doing 14.6. I did expect 12 though, and so it did better than I thought. The Tahoe did pretty close to what I expected it to do, right? And mainly because we have history with both of these vehicles. I've owned the Escalade for a few years. My in-laws have owned the Tahoe for a few years, and so it getting 15 to 16 on average is fairly normal, and it did 16.8. And that falls right in line with what you find on Google for what its fuel mileage should be on a mixed thing. The Escalade actually did a little bit better. Like I said, it did really well. So I guess that particular run was just suited to it. I do know the Escalade on flat interstate, cruising along 65 to 70, the onboard computer thing will show 18 miles per gallon. I don't know what it's actually getting. It does okay just cruising. It's when you take that LQ9 6-liter and you're doing accelerating with it, and it's full-time all-wheel drive. That's what kills it. The in-town acceleration is absolutely murder on the fuel for that thing. Another thing that we have to look into is the cost of the fuel. And so that 5.385 gallons of gas for the Escalade was premium gas, and that cost $3.49.9, so $3.50 a gallon, right? The Tahoe can use 87 octane, just the base gas, $2.90 a gallon. So you're looking at a 60-cent difference in the fuel per gallon, whereas the Escalade, to do 78.7 miles, that cost me $18.84. The Tahoe cost $13.61, a difference of $5.23. So basically, if the fuel mileage is like this often, every 80 miles I drive in the Tahoe is $5 cheaper than the same miles in the Escalade. That's a win in my book any day. Now, this drive wasn't only about, that was my receipts, this drive wasn't only about the fuel mileage. I haven't driven the Tahoe very much, and we're deciding if we want to buy it versus the Escalade, which both my wife and I really like that Escalade. So I wanted to test out the seats too, right? The GMT 800 seats and the GMT 400 seats before it are some of the most comfortable seats ever made. The GMT 800 I like a little bit better because they are firmer, but they're still super comfy, and they hold you in place really well for a truck, right? For a truck. They have fairly firm and tall side bolstering that holds me in place for the things that I'm going to do in a truck. They wouldn't hold me in place well in a car, not like Corbeau seats. I'm a Corbeau brand ambassador, by the way. I think there's a link in my bio, so if you guys want to buy Corbeau seats, click that link and go buy them. It's pretty cool. It's not a discount, but it does give me points towards things, and eventually, if I can get enough sales through that, yes, I could get discounts. So if you buy Corbeau seats, you could be helping yourself in the future possibly get discounts on another set later on. I'm working towards that. I don't know if that would be a thing right now, but I think it could be later. So all that aside, the seats in the Tahoe are not as comfortable. They don't have as much bolstering. The leather's more slick, I guess. I don't really know, but I slide around when I'm going in corners. I feel like I'm having to hang on to the steering wheel more. And also the adjuster for the base that makes it go up and down and tilt is broken. I can hear it spinning, but it's not engaging anything, so I've got to work on that if I even can fix that. That stuff up under a seat, all those mechanisms under a seat, that is very cramped and hard to work on. So how the seat is right now, though, all my weight's on my butt because my legs are kind of like, my butt's on the seat and my legs kind of go up off the seat a little bit and then down. And that's a problem because you don't want just your weight on your butt. You want the weight on the undersides of your thighs too, and you want it more spread out. And so after an hour 30, an hour 40 minutes driving, my butt was hurting a little bit. My butt's gonna hurt. I'm sitting in a wood chair here. It's gonna hurt. I've actually got another chair I need to put together and bring in here. But anyway, that's a different thing. So my butt hurts. Anyway, yeah, the Tahoe seat is not as comfortable, but I'm looking at this thing going, for a relatively cheap price, I can buy a vehicle with 100,000 less miles that's worth quite a bit more than I'm getting it for, that has really good condition seats. The headliner, if you see at the first video, the headliner in the Escalade needs to be replaced. It's bad. That's the only vehicle we have with a bad headliner. My truck has a couple little places at the very edges that are starting to peel, and I'm not happy about it, so I'm gonna have to redo that too. It'll be easier in my truck though, because the Escalade has the DVD player and all the vents and all the everything, so, and it's way bigger. Yeah, that's gonna be a pain in the butt for whoever has to do it, because I think that's what we're gonna sell the Escalade, or we might just keep it as an extra vehicle, because I need 7 vehicles, right? Why not? I don't know. I think we'll buy the Tahoe because I would like to have something newer for my wife to drive, and something that gets better fuel mileage. And the other thing, the Tahoe has selectable 4-wheel drive and 4-low. The Escalade just has full-time all-wheel drive. There's no 4-low. I would prefer the selectable, right? You drive in 2-wheel drive, you get better mileage. You put it in 4-wheel drive if you need it. You got 4-low if you need to get through something a little hairier, which I don't know what, but let's just say a snowy or slick slope you got to go up, and you don't want to put too much horsepower. You want the torque multiplication of lower gearing, so you put it 4-low and just let it crawl up the snow instead of having to give it more gas and spinning. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking right now. I think we're probably going to get the Tahoe. I know we're going to get the Tahoe. We've already worked out what we're going to pay for it. Everything's good. I just haven't actually written them the check yet. We've already got the bill of sale and all the stuff. It's my in-laws, right? So we'll get it done. And they live a quarter mile from me, so not like it's an issue. But yeah, we'll get that taken care of, and I guess then start getting the Escalade ready to sell. So I'm a little sad. I really like that Escalade. I wonder if I could put the Escalade seats in the Tahoe. That'd be silly. They need leather work. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. Come back for more. I don't know if this is super enjoyable. I find this fun, doing these experiments and figuring things out, and then the editing of stuff is fun too. So I hope someone else gets some enjoyment out of this, because I am really loving making these videos. Like and subscribe. Come back for more. Keep watching my how I got my car collection video. I think that just hit 3,000 views. That's my biggest video, and I'm ecstatic. Also, hang on, here's my phone. We're gonna check subscriber count right now. You guys have shocked me and blown me away, and I am flabbergasted and just dumbfounded. Okay, yeah, the how I got my cheap cars video is 3.1 thousand views, 19 comments. That's amazing. The which one should I keep? The Tahoe versus Escalade first video is sitting at 29 views right now. I didn't expect it to do as well. The audio is a little messed up in it because I put the microphone up on my hat, and you have to turn your volume up on your TV. Like on my phone, it sounded great, and on the GoPro thing on its preview, it sounded great, but on my TV, it was a little muddy, so I had to turn it up. I apologize for that. I'll go back to putting the microphone on my shirt. 230 subscribers, guys. I've been doing this just over a month, I think,
and I've got 230 subscribers. You know, like I've said in other things, I'm working towards monetization. I want to grow this. You know, I'm trying to do this without spending a ton of money right now, but in the future, if I can grow this to a point, what I really want, the goal, is what I'm calling the America Museum, and you know, I just cool cars, a hangout spot, a parking lot that's rentable for car meets or cars and coffee things or car shows. You know, something that, but not just local, right? So I want something bigger. I'm trying to work out how that kind of how that works and what that is. And you know, I've got lots of plans and lots of ideas. I just trying to scale them and make them big enough for a national audience. And there's things that could come to fruition that would be really awesome. And so that's kind of what I'm going towards, is a car guy mecca in this part of the country. And it'll be cool to have maybe 2 or 3 of them in time. That's big goals for way in the future. But yeah, 230 subscribers. Obviously, I'd have to have millions of subscribers to have that kind of income to do what I was really wanting to do. I think I can do it. I think I can. I have a little bit dry humor, but there's some people out there that like this. I know. There's 330 million people in this country, and there's some other people around the world that speak English and know what I'm saying. So I think I can get some of you guys to like this. So again, like and subscribe. Come back for more. I'm gonna stop rambling. I love talking about cars. I can talk about car stuff all day. I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for listening to me and putting up with me. It's an honor to have 230 subscribers. It is a true honor that there's that many people that want to maybe hear what I have to say sometimes. It blows my mind. That's awesome.